All right, it's 9 o'clock. I'd like to call this meeting to order. I need a motion to approve the agenda.
I still move.
Second.
Motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, motion. Let's say the pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, for there, we've got a closed session, a motion to go into closed session, and we're gonna go in there, go over to Corey's office, I think. So, I have a motion on that.
I'll make a motion that we go into closed session for Iowa Code 21.51C.
We have a second on that.
I'll second that.
Okay, got a motion and a second to go in. We'll vote on that. Yeah, are you ready? Yeah, I think on that we need roll call.
Maher,
Yes.
Clark,
Yes.
Holmes.
Yes. Okay, we're gonna go across the hall and we'll be back in a little bit.
Oh, I'm gonna sneeze.
Bless you.
Thank you. Okay.
All right, okay. Tell me when you're ready. You ready over there? Good.
Make a,
Ready, so if you're ready, we'll make another motion.
I'll make a motion that we come out of closed session per Iowa Code 21.51C.
I'll second that.
Okay, got a motion and a second. Come out of closed session. Todd made the motion, Judy seconded, we'll vote.
Clark,
Yes.
Mayor,
Yes.
Holmes.
Yes. Okay, our closed session. 5, no action to take. Go to 6, public comment. Public comment. Right now.
Jane Stimson, and I've got a letter I wrote to you all, and I'll just read it beforehand. And it is about, I'm on the Conservation Board. We had a meeting last night, and this is what it says. We, the undersigned members of the Conservation Board, would like to express our support for the request made by Director Michelle Spinagle for monies from the ARPA funds to be used to resurface the roads at Nottaway Valley Park. The roads at Nottaway Valley Park have been eroding for a number of years and are now at the point that campers don't want to bring their recreational vehicles to the camp at the park because of possible damage to their large investments. We would like to provide a welcoming site for people from near and far to enjoy the peace and quiet of nature. We would like to provide campers with a place to rest and relax in a park setting. Michelle is working really hard to improve the condition of the parks in Page County and combat the deterioration that has been taking place for a number of years. There's a big list of improvements to be made, and at the top of that list are the roads at Nottaway Valley Park. The cost of resurfacing those roads would be close to impossible for the Conservation Department to come up with. If Michelle and her employees are going to take the time, effort, and expense to make the park into a desirable place for people to use, the roads will need to be fixed to get people to come and enjoy the park. We would like to convey our unanimous support for Director Michelle Spinagle's request to fund the Nottaway Valley Park roads with a portion of the remaining ARPA funds. And we talked last night about the tractor. The tractor is a Montana that they're having trouble with. Has anybody heard of a Montana tractor? I hadn't. There's no parts for it, and they quit making them 30 years ago and that kind of thing. So we've got a lot of things. She said she thinks the bathrooms at Pioneer Park are probably the originals, and that was, maybe they didn't put them there right away when it opened, but I was a kid when Pioneer Park was going, and that's a long time ago.
Yeah.
So we've got a lot of things that we can't afford to do, and the top of the list is Nottaway Valley Park roads at this point.
Okay.
There's one that's everybody signed, so you can see we all signed it.
Okay, thank you.
Great, thank you very much, Jane.
Yep, thanks for bringing that in there. Okay, anybody else?
I have something to say.
No.
I just wanted to say that our election on Tuesday went very well, and we were just all very appreciative to the poll workers, all of the Page County employees, and I wanted to say thank you to all three of you, because all three of you came in and asked if there was anything you could do to help us. But it went really well, so that's all I have to say.
I think it was a
Thank you.
huge turnout too. We had an excellent turnout.
You guys did a great job. Thank
Yes,
you.
Very, very good.
I heard really good things. So, and I think it was a record on On,
Our absentees, we had
Monday.
2,800. And on
200.
Monday, we had 273 people come to our office to vote.
That's amazing.
It was crazy.
Nice.
Crazy good, though. Crazy
Yeah,
good.
yep.
I talked to Tammy Driftmeyer on Tuesday at the polls, and she said she thought it was, she considered it a pleasure that she was asked to come in and work in the office. And she thought it was really, really cool that, you know, a cool experience that she was able to do that. So I said, well, I know she was really appreciated.
She was very appreciative.
Yeah.
Her and Sandy Piercy.
Piercy,
came
yeah.
in and Really,
Yeah.
really did, but they'd all worked, both had worked at the polls previously,
Yeah.
so it was.
Everybody stepped up. Angie's stepped up, taking over the role of the
Yes,
auditor.
I know.
Appreciate that.
Angie's
great.
been doing amazing. Thank you.
Yes,
Angie.
it was great.
Everybody working together. That's good. So we got the election done. And it went well. Okay. The next thing we have is number 7, JD's engineer update.
It is a fine morning in Page County. I'm JD King, the Page County engineer, and next year will be good also. Engineer update went out Tuesday afternoon as normal. With the rain, our blades are out, working washboards and intersection problems. Of course, it'll dry up fast as it was very dry. We're hauling rock with several trucks to bad spots. We didn't run mowers early in the week, probably soft shoulders. So they were burning brush. Several crews, various locations. We are running a boom mower, and I heard other mowers running today. Also got 4 guys associated with the pipe crew at an excavation safety class in Des Moines. The 2 guys that work with the hole, plus a new guy and superintendent. So there's some minor work going on in the shop work. It is November. Winter's coming sometime, hopefully not soon, but it is coming. It's Iowa. Moving on to construction. The rain did affect work up there. They got mud on all the corners. The deck's off the bridge. The road is closed. The deck's off. They're taking out the superstructure beams and they'll knock down the piers and then again, working the stream, digging down to bedrock for the footings. They're also tying up steel on site, so they're tying the big mats to go in the footings. Just normal bridge work on the big streams. Is an agenda item. We'll come back to it, close out paperwork for the J55 project. The HSIP project, the corner guardrail down on J64 has been turned into contracts, be led in January. And then another thing that's cooking out there is a safety action plan. The Iowa County Engineers Association, as an association, put in for a grant to fund the planning for safety action plan statewide. So it's not costing Page County anything for this, any money out of pocket for this safety action plan that's being developed. You know, as customary nowadays, you have to have a plan before you can do things, you know, show the feds. We have a plan to spend money, so we'll be looking at various options, paving shoulders, milled in pavement markings, maybe shoulders altogether, upgrade signs, and a whole plethora of options. And to that end, we're going to hold a workshop here in the county or in the page room in February. And so we're working, pulling in people from law enforcement, from the engineering side, from driver's education side, how we can make travel in Page County safer. So, that's the genesis of that resolution. They called it a pledge when they sent it out, but I think a resolution is a more proper vehicle than a pledge. So that's the resolution and planning for the safety and action plan workshop in February. Any questions about the update?
What did you say on J64? What did you say on that?
The HSIP project, J64 guardrails.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I had a call, and this is an idea like yesterday about this, or maybe it was a couple days, when it was raining last week. The markings on J64 are very, very faint, at least for part of it. And so I was thinking about this ARPA situation. When you just talked about this in your safety, we do get calls whenever there's roads that are not marked well. And that would be a big deal with safety. So I even paid attention on J52 today when I was coming up. It's very faint. I don't know, maybe do an assessment of our paved roads that aren't gonna get sealed anytime soon.
Correct.
That's gonna be a while before we do anything, and maybe see if there's however
Right,
many
and we
miles.
have done, we painted J64 east of Hackberry.
Right, but it's the, I'm
But
talking about the
west,
west side, it's
We
very,
didn't do west.
so that might be something,
Right.
do an assessment of our paved roads. And if we do enough miles, maybe a better deal at the same time, to have, look at what it'd be to
Right.
bring them up to the right.
And there's safety money for things like that.
Okay, well then, I'm just gonna use
Right.
whichever. But if there's, I had a call on in the rain, they couldn't see. A lot of these vehicles use the magnetic in the paint to help them see where the, they can detect the center line. Something to look at. But seeing is the most important thing, that you can just see it. So, just gonna ask you to look into that. Anything else?
Turn attention to this. The detailed payment for the J55 job, multi-page, a little hard to read. I need a motion to authorize the chairman to sign.
You see a final voucher for J55.
I still move that the chairman be authorized to sign this.
I'll second.
55.
Okay, we got a motion and a second to finish up the J55 project. I guess we'll vote on it.
Mayor,
Yes.
Holmes,
Yes.
Clark.
Yes.
Okay, we'll sign that for you. You got one there?
I got one
Okay,
that
another
I'll
one, yeah.
swap with you when we're done with this one.
Yeah,
So now this is a resolution,
got the safety resolution,
safety
action
action
plan.
plan thing. This is the resolution number that I got out of the auditor's office.
Yep, resolution 55, you see that there.
Make a motion that we pass resolution number 55-2024, safety action plan.
Okay, got a motion?
I'll second it.
Got a second? Any discussion? We'll vote.
Mayor,
Yes.
Holmes,
Yes.
Clark.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, thank you. Okay, got done with the engineer update, all that, for number 8. Is Jeff on the line here? He's not there? Okay. Jeff's not there, then we'll go on to Angie's here to the resolution 54 for a property tax abatement for the city of Shambaugh. So is that? It's normal deal, it's fine. So we've got resolution 54.
I'll make a motion that we approve resolution 54, City of Shambaugh property tax abatement.
I'll second that.
Okay, got a motion and a second to abate the taxes. Resolution 54. We'll vote.
Mayor,
Yes.
Holmes,
Yes.
Clark.
Yes.
Okay, got that done. Now, the next number 10 there, we have, the next steps. And Carl emailed us on, filling the vacancy of our county auditor position.
Good morning, Carl Swanson, Page County Attorney.
Morning.
I had sent out an email Monday about that, kind of outlining that process. Any questions about it?
What date does all this start? I mean, how,
It basically starts when there's a vacancy, and the vacancy was 4:30 on the first, 4:30 PM.
so when, that's what I was kind of wanting to figure out an outline. When do we, you gotta decide
We have
election?
40 days or what was that?
Yeah, you have to fill the vacancy within 40 days.
Or have an election.
Yeah,
So,
special
so we
election.
need to,
But
And really, the thing that starts this ball, of course, is November 1st at 4:30. That starts the clock on your 40 days. But you need to publish a notice that the board intends to fill by appointment if that's your decision.
now the election being certified, I mean, because her term, she was reelected.
Right.
So does that affect our dates? So after that is certified, does that?
Once the vacancy was created on the first, she was elected to a vacant position. So my understanding of it is she would have to take the oath within 10 days of the canvass or submit another resignation.
Okay,
And I don't know which would be easier, but certainly the clock started ticking on the first when the office became vacant.
okay, so would you say, so we need to decide whichever way we're gonna do it, and then we need to send it to post it. Is it 4 and 20, not less than 4, not more than 20?
Correct.
So what are the publishing things? How's that work? So we would wait. There's 10 days after
I think,
the canvas.
make a decision at this point, whether you want to do it by appointment or by special election. And if you choose to do it by appointment, then get the notice published right away, because that clock's ticking.
Okay, because 40 days goes fast.
Yep.
Well,
and then we run appointment by, like, people can turn in their applications or whatever, kind of like an interview process.
It would be, and it'd have to
So-
be an open
Okay.
meeting session
Yeah.
for all of you to be there.
Okay.
And since you're gonna be appointing, if you choose that direction, you're gonna be appointing someone to that position, you probably want to have that in an open.
Right.
Now, the applicant could request going into closed, but I think that would be kind of unusual for appointment to that position.
Yeah.
so do we need to, because what you just said, if we almost need another letter or something after the 10 days after the canvas to say that it's,
And I can contact Melissa.
If we need
and I
that.
think she could submit a secondary.
and then we
one.
would have it for sure that it's on both sides of it.
Right. But definitely, the first vacancy was created on November 1, so
Okay,
that'd be, I think, the safest to use that as your starting point for your 40-day deadline.
okay. So maybe reach out and get a second letter for the next
Right.
term or whatever. So,
But in the meantime, we would have to, I would say, if we're gonna do the appointment, then that needs to be published, right, in the paper.
we
The
didn't do
next
that.
time that we send stuff to the paper,
So the deadline to send to the paper to be published on a Wednesday is the Thursday before at 4.
okay,
So like today at 4,
today at 4,
it would go in the
okay,
next week's paper.
okay.
Then it has to be there. So we'd have to wait at least 4 days after that, so the next week.
Right.
When is the canvas though? The canvas is
Next Tuesday,
next,
Next Wednesday.
Wednesday, sorry.
so that would be,
Next Wednesday.
the thing is, do we wait till next week and do this and start it till we get past the canvas? Or not?
You
Put
could.
it in the newspaper,
Yeah.
or do we put it in now?
Get it ready for next week.
Yeah, maybe get this ready for next week, so the canvas is done, we get a letter, And then we post it for the next week, we could, where's that put us? So if we're,
And maybe make a motion and vote as to which direction you're going versus appointment versus. special
next
election.
week, just choose the path and then post it.
Well, you could do that today too.
Cause my understanding then, even with the appointment, there's still people, they could file, citizens could file for a special election.
Yeah, they can.
After
the
so long,
appointment's
how long does that appointment
I
get?
think they have 14 days, but they can't file an application for a special election prior to the appointment if you choose the path of appointment. So basically, they can't go out and get pre-signed petitions to do a special election until after an appointment's been made, then they can start that process.
Okay, then they can start that.
And that's in the notice that gets
Okay.
Published.
Okay,
So if we did it next week and it printed here. So we could, the week of Thanksgiving appoint, if we, I look at that right?
well, we'd have to,
If next week
we
we,
wouldn't meet on Thanksgiving, but
yeah, we can do a Tuesday or.
Yeah.
Whatever, or the next week, 1st December, so if we. The 14th. Sent to the paper, it'd be printed on Wednesday, the 20th, and they need 4 days. It'll be the beginning of December or
could we put it on, so if we're gonna meet Wednesday for our canvassing, could we make that our meeting and just vote and do it that Wednesday on the 13th? And
Yeah, 'cause it
then,
wouldn't
and then
change.
set, that way it can go to the paper. And we don't have to worry about deadline at 4 o'clock on Thursday, right?
Right,
So, cause we would not make it if we waited till our meeting on Thursday.
yeah, I see what you're saying.
So
So you want to
Wait.
meet on Thursday?
No, he's saying the canvas meeting, we could decide
just,
this on
could we do
Wednesday.
it, could we do our meeting that was scheduled for Thursday on Wednesday and do this all
So have the canvas in our meeting
in
on
our meeting
Thursday.
Thursday, or
Or
Wednesday, Wednesday morning? And then and then that way that gets to the paper in time. We don't have to worry about deadlines on Thursday.
It would be printed on the 20th
Yeah,
in the paper,
Right.
and then we could act the end of November, or the 1st December on appointing. We have to take interviews. We'd have to have a time of interview, so you'd probably interview.
yeah, cause you only have 10 days then probably in
And that's kind of a scheduling issue for you guys.
December.
when
Yeah,
you-
we only have 10 days in December to get it done.
December to get it done, yeah, so.
So we gotta be moving. Which we can pick any day to interview. We could do an off day and interview.
Right.
So. Okay, so. Well, I guess we'll decide which way we're going on Wednesday or no, I didn't catch that. Guess we'll look at it Wednesday. We can decide, then publish it.
You gotta have it ready to go, so.
So I would entertain the motion. I'd make a motion that we go by appointment. And then, have something ready to go in the paper by next meeting on Wednesday
Okay,
for that.
we got a motion?
I'll second that.
Okay, got a motion and a second. To do this by appointing and have the wording we needed for the paper for next Wednesday. Any discussion on that?
Sure.
Yeah, go ahead. Oh, you want to be the auditor?
I am not interested in that position. My concern is our invitation to bid has went out. And it's in that invitation to bid that we will accept contracts for the jail
That's next.
and award
yeah.
contracts next Thursday
Next
during the
Thursday
regular board
night.
meeting. We open them on.
We can do
open
that.
them on Tuesday and then
It's fine to have
present them
it,
to the board for recommendations on Thursday.
we can do that meeting too, if we need to
Okay,
do that.
that's my only concern is that
And
would,
there might be
that would
something
mess
else,
with my invitation to bid.
Oh, for
That's
next
right, it
week?
is Thursday.
For
Okay.
next week. Yeah.
but this, we'll just put this part with publishing, so we can get that done.
Right. I just want to make sure we weren't going to totally do away with the Thursday meeting because
That's
that's going to
fine.
cause me problems on my
Yep,
end. So.
sorry.
We can do-
I forgot about that, Tony.
Yeah, we can do that.
That's all right.
Okay, so we'll have Thursday
I
meeting,
thought
that's
you were
fine.
volunteering.
Okay.
So we got a motion and a second to go by appointment. I guess, discussion, we'll vote on that.
Mayor,
Yes.
Holmes,
Yes,
Clark.
Yes.
okay.
Good
We'll do. All
Thank
right,
you, Carl. Thanks for sending
I
that
had
out.
One other question while you're there.
Oh, yeah.
On the solar ordinance.
Oh,
what
yeah.
if We've got a dates and publishing with that
I was
here.
gonna ask you about how I think you still are going through it, right? Or you, if you had time, I know you've been busy.
Probably about 80 or 90% through it.
Okay,
The only suggestion I would have is the copy you gave me, it's sort of an advanced copy, is different font styles and sizes, and there's a couple places where things were left off that I think were cut and pasted. And it'd be
okay.
nice to maybe have somebody with
Go back
word
and retype
formatting
it
the way
up,
is,
format
just
it.
retype it all in one format. I tried to do some of that, and with the existing structure of it, it was gonna be
Okay.
impossible, so.
I can take,
I
I
can
can
give
take
you-
care of that, yeah.
I can give you a hand copy of it, that I've made notes on.
Okay.
Probably next Wednesday, Tuesday or
Okay,
Wednesday.
perfect. Yep, that'll be fine. Thank you.
Yep.
Okay. All right, number 11 there is the time of the canvas for the election. We just were talking about that.
Next
So,
I
Wednesday
just
morning,
moved next,
9.
yeah. So I don't know if we need to prove, like, motion that or not, but
Let's just
9 o'clock's fine. We'll, Wednesday morning.
with,
Yep, we'll
I
make
mean,
it,
it could be.
we'll,
you
we'll
know,
make it go.
does it, I was gonna ask you, does it
Or-
help if it's earlier?
Would it
or
be,
later?
is earlier worse? Like if we did it at 8?
5 o'clock in the morning?
No, I don't think anybody wants to be here at 5 o'clock, but 8, is that better? Like, can we do
Whatever
it?
works for you guys. It just needs to be in the morning so we can get everything to the mail
Okay.
after.
If we could do 8, that would be a little better for me, if that's all right, Judy?
What about lunchtime? Does that help any or not?
No, that doesn't.
That doesn't help, okay.
No, it'd be better, just
I'm fine. with
first part of the
whatever.
day or last part of the day, it's, middle is not very good, but, yeah, if 8 o'clock would work for people, or 8:30.
I can do whatever.
8:30
So-
better, Judy? I'll give you a little bit,
8:30.
half hour
Whatever.
more.
Just go to bed an hour earlier, so
So,
8:30 is fine, man. You wanna do it?
okay, 8:30,
8 or 8:30 is fine. Either
or
one.
is 8
Yeah,
o'clock,
but-
or whatever? You,
Just tell me.
Let's do 8, that'll work.
okay,
Let's
8
go.
o'clock
We'll
next
canvass the day.
Wednesday.
We'll be bright and early.
8 o'clock.
Canvass the,
Okay.
yep,
Okay, we'll meet at 8 o'clock, next Wednesday morning to canvass.
Just get
the
an old
election.
lady up, that's okay.
Okay, so we'll do 8 o'clock next Thursday,
No,
Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Wednesday. That's right. 8 o'clock next Wednesday to canvass.
Yep.
All right, got that done. Now we have, number 12, publishing another hearing for Shenandoah Hills concerning litigation cases in district court. We need to, have an action on,
I make a motion that we approve the publication, Southwest Iowa Herald, of the public hearing on the settlement agreement with Shenandoah Hills according to, or concerning litigation cases in the U.S. District Court for the Southern District of Iowa. Case number 123 CV, sorry, 00005, and the Iowa District Court, Page County, case number CV 10629.
okay, got a motion?
I'll second that.
Got a second? To publish that in the paper. We'll go ahead and continue our discussion. We'll vote on it.
Mayor, oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
Mayor,
Yes.
Holmes,
Yes,
Clark.
Yes.
okay. Board communication. Anything we need to think about?
I had an interagency meeting on Tuesday. Discussed a lot of things. If anybody needs any Narcan to carry, it's available through public health.
What's the matter?
Anybody
It's
can
a-
carry that.
for Overdose, opioid.
Yeah.
overdose.
And
Oh,
anybody can carry that anybody can carry it.
Yep.
If you think, if you come across an accident, anything, whatever, it's available to anyone to carry, so just talk to Jara at Public Health and she can get you some. So,
okay.
I will have an RPA meeting next Tuesday for Zoom, but it's a Zoom meeting, so.
and, Todd, the EMS thing did not pass, so,
Yeah, so they're gonna, I don't know, I think they'll probably kind of regroup and see. It sounded like they want to send out some surveys, maybe just ask people, the whys and
Yeah.
what they could do differently.
I think the tax thing, at the 75 cent.
Yeah, I saw a lot of
I-
comments about
Yeah.
the tax thing and, you know, and I think we have, as a board even, suggested to them, don't go for the full amount.
I
But,
said that for years. Why would you go for the maximum amount?
so anyway, that was a little disappointing. But I think it's exciting that the 5-person board passed. I think that's
Yeah.
interesting.
I meant to
That's
ask,
So-
interesting, yes.
Yeah, so
I
I
meant to
mean,
ask Carl to walk us through that step, how that all works.
That's gonna be an interesting thing too. I had, questions already on how we're
I
gonna
know.
handle that as far as salaries and such, so.
yeah, I think there's a lot to be
There's gonna be
discussed,
questions to
yep,
be discussed on that.
how that
one.
works, but yeah, so.
Maybe we need to ask, maybe email, ask what the, if there's timing to any of that stuff, what we gotta do. That's true.
Yeah,
I have a landfill meeting tonight, also, it's first of the month, so that's tonight. That's all I have to talk about, though, scheduling. Claims, didn't have any claims, did we? That's next week. Okay. Okay,
Oh, for the Zoom, oh, yeah.
so next week, we'll have a meeting on Thursday too, so we'll be fine with claim stuff, so.
yeah.
Okay. So there's no claims this week. The minutes here, where's that? On the minutes, where it talks about the motion for last week's minutes, it says the board moved. I should be mayor, made the motion. Yeah, and then down, just that I seconded it. I went back to watch the video, make sure I did that, but we did, so that, I've got it here.
Yeah, that was the only change I had, yep, was just that motion that got missed.
Here, well, the fact the motion includes the wording that it's amended from the week before, so that tells what's going on, where and how it's handed out. Is not really necessary. So,
Okay, you didn't write or add,
did I
motion by,
I just put mayor moved. You see that?
okay, mayor move to appoint,
I just took that
approve.
word out. It says mayor moved. Is that the right way to do that? And then down there it says, I just added the word home seconded
Second,
before. I
okay,
vote.
yep,
You see that?
Can we just fix those
Do
and
you
not?
do you want me to change it to say Maher?
I just added-
Seconded by, but seconded by Holmes?
I just, where it says the
Or do
board,
you just want to change that?
I mean, could just put mayor moved to approve the amended.
yeah, I
minutes.
mean, you just,
But that's,
I think
if
this,
that's what you want.
did you give her a copy of this?
Yeah, did you? You see that, but then this is never, anytime in the past with amended minutes, first few years I was on the board, it's never how or what, it's just the board amended the minutes, the how it's handed out and all those things is not in there, so I struck that from it. Just should be the motion says what happened, so.
Yeah, I'll make a a motion that we approve the amended minutes from October 24th to, meet the Iowa Public Information Board guidelines as presented to the clerk in the meeting, and these minutes to be published in the Page County Board of Supervisors Minute Book.
Okay, I'll second that motion. It's the ones we handed over to you.
And then you wrote down lower Holmes second. Do you want that on there?
Yeah, we need to have, that I seconded, just right after it says, the way I wrote, just right after it says minute book period on the motion.
Okay, so that's where you want.
Just
it.
add home seconded, and then we vote.
Okay, I'll change that.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah, I guess it doesn't matter which way you put it there, but that's fine, either way. He made the motion, then I seconded it, yeah. So if that makes sense, we'll vote on it.
No, that's fine. No, I noticed I did that. I apologize.
We'll vote when you're ready.
Maher,
Yes.
Holmes,
Yes,
Clark.
Yes,
okay, motion carried. All right, now we have on the agenda here to adjourn. We've got nothing
Make a
else.
motion to adjourn.
I'll second that.
Got a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
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 All right, thanks for coming.